zero tech right here, 98. The entire time I'll watch first. Sack to start off I think it was a sack, close to it. The one thing he does typically, or quite often, he takes the open chest. Like he comes out of his stance a lot, where he reads the center, the guard, whoever it may be, and as soon as he sees a moment to take their chest, he does it. And here he does it. Obviously, tight elbows, good lift, nice and linear, good leverage. Obviously, helmet under his, and you're just going to drive his feet back. It's really not that difficult. He thinks he's going to win to the center's left, and that's where he's going to contact the quarterback, which is Tyrod Taylor. I think it's Tyrod Taylor, yeah. So he kind of just maintains contact with that right arm, sees that Tyrod is going to Sheldon Rankins' right, drops his weight, disengages, sack. It was a sack by like a yard. So good bull rush, just power, taking the open chest, nothing crazy. Some of these plays, I'm not going to lie, I'm going to breeze through them because we have so much to do. So bull rushes and things like that, like it's not overly complicated. But with a lot of bull rushes, you want to see hand placement, you want to see leverage, extension. Next, quickness. I think right after this, by the way, too, I just did my Tevin Coleman review. I didn't record them, but Tevin Coleman and Dan Feeney, I'm about to finish. I think today, before the take flight thing or whatever it's called, released at 8 o'clock, I think I'm going to do some Tyler Croft. Exciting day off. So I actually like it. 3 tech right here. So takes on a combo on the backside of this, like inside zone lead, tight zone lead. I'm not really talking about that really. The one thing you can say about this is you do like the fact that he is working off both of his insteps, takes on one guy, extension. You could see him lessen his body, turn into him to reduce that contact area of the secondary blocker, the second guy in on the combo. And then you're going to see him find the running back and kind of scrape down the line with along with the just the flow of the play. And then you're just need to see quickness for him to find that running back. That's really all I want to note on this play, and that's why I put it up there. You just again, understand, got to start like, not you don't have to start, but just note the difference between, safeties who are 210 pounds or 200 pounds and linebackers who are 240 and guys who are about 300 pounds. Like, just look how quick he is. Like the secondary acceleration right there to close ground, that explosiveness right there is good, like very good right there. So overall, obviously, like I said, the initial part, finding the running back, and then just speed and explosiveness to close that ground for the tackle. Really impressive. QB hit. Okay. He's right here. 3 tech. Again, comes off the ball. We're going to notice a lot of this leverage, hands inside, catches the guy right under the chin. He's winning already. The guy's hands are wide and he's completely inside of him and underneath. You're not really going to be able to win as an offensive lineman in this position. Now he lifts and completely stands the left guard up. And this is during the play action or the play fake part of this. So he stacks them, sees that the quarterback still has the ball, pushes off to basically just soften his edge. That's really all he's doing. He doesn't want to maintain contact and then try to bend. He's going to try to push off to give himself a completely clear corner right here. Corners, hit. Again, good. Making some plays, obviously, in this Browns game. Even like 2019 was definitely disappointing. He definitely just looked like he was injured. 2020, though, he started to turn back on. And if he's healthy like he says he is, and you're getting this, even let's say he's not fully healthy, like we're not going to believe him fully healthy. If he's 90%, 80, even 80% of the player he is right here on a defensive line with Carl Lawson, Quinn Williams, JFM, Curry, et cetera, watch out. So 3 tech right here. What jumps off the screen, one, is just his quickness. He's a really good athlete. That is for sure. So he just matches the offensive lineman step, the zone steps with them. Again, I don't want to overemphasize hands inside, leverage, extension, instep from the left foot right there on the hash, which again, we've talked about insteps plenty. If it's your first time watching, I'm interested to know why your first episode is watching Sheldon Rankins after we've done like 20 other reviews this offseason. But the instep creates the most power, doesn't work towards that natural lever point. Instep again as he's trying to hold his ground. So double instep, drop his knee, turn his body. Like we've talked about when you're taking on blocks, you try to hold your ground. So he anchors down, literally on the ground, flexibility. Once that initial pushes over, kind of restacks, gets in the middle, finds the running back somehow. I guess his eyes flash or whatever it was. But he finds him, works off of the block, gets in on the tackle. But obviously his lateral quickness right here to match and stack is really, really good. And then just, again, working off the instep, all really impressive. I remember, like, I was watching this. I was just like, you got to be kidding me. Oh, by the way, I didn't say this. Got the Elijah Moore jersey, the secondary market one, but it actually looks pretty good. I've had some bad ones. Like, I can show you some bad ones. Like, I have a Calvin Pryor one, I think, and, like, that's the old Jets jerseys. Like, the patch was, like, here, and the patch was, like, sideways and, like, over here, and it's supposed to be, like, here. And I was like, what different color greens on the jersey? I have that. I have a really bad Calvin Pryor, a really bad Leonard Williams, and I think a really bad Jamal Adams jersey. And I always say I'm not going to get them, but especially with the skill players rocking single digits now, I had to get a Blackmore. And one, because my other black jersey was Le'Veon Bell. No, Jamal Adams. So you have to have a black jersey. You gotta have one of each jersey. That's how I do it. And I needed to get a black one to replace Adams. I need a white one, which I got Wilson to replace Darnold. I always feel like the quarterbacks are really clean in a white jersey. Okay, 3 tech right here. Watch. By the way, like, we haven't even seen anything yet, to be completely honest. There are some dominant plays in here, like just him just completely destroying guys. And this is one of them, to be honest. Well, one of the pretty good ones, but again, comes off of the ball. More of he's not like exploding directly towards his guy. He kind of comes off in a softer manner. And then again, sees the open chest, takes it, leverage, elbows inside, very consistent with him. And he just maintains gets that contact into the chest, attempts to maintain it, continue to fight, and just drive his legs. And this the left guard is on a ride back. He drives him back. Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5.5, 6 yards. And Matt Ryan is forced to do this and get rid of that ball. So it's not a sack, but, let's say that's 1st and 10. Now it's 2nd and 10. Is how much better is a sack? Because it would have been 2nd and 14. You know what I'm saying? Like plays where you get hits, you force throwaways, you rush throws. Obviously important. Like, this is really important as well. So great bull rush, obviously, from Rankins. Next. I was trying to think, if you saw me making a weird face, I was trying to think if I did the Rankins article. I'm trying to think what I put as his number one strength, because I definitely did it. I'm just trying to think of what I put as his biggest strength. By the way, if you read those articles, sometimes their biggest strength or weakness is not or the one I put down. If I only put one, I usually do it with like it depends on how lazy I get. Sometimes I'll put two, sometimes I'll put one. Sometimes when I put one, it's the one that shows up the most, but might not be the biggest weakness. Like whatever, who cares? So that's more of a mental thing to myself than. Rankins want to see finish. Okay, 3-tech, like a wider 3 or a loose 3. Want to see him finish. So again, another situation where he kind of reads and reacts, takes the open chest, bull, again, just kind of completely tossing the guard. I shouldn't really say want to see finish, because it looks like the left guard might chop that arm down of Rankins, which puts him a little bit off balance. And then Matt Ryan gets rid of the ball. So that's not really want to see finish. Now, if he didn't, and he just tried to kind of push to disengage, then yeah, you want to see him kind of like maintain contact and move him out of the way and continue to drive towards the quarterback. Like if he just tried to shut him like he did, or if he just tried to shut him like reason I throw him to the side, then it's not the cleanest play. But it looks like just based on how he kind of falls into that the guard probably chops his arm while trying to recover. So disregard that play. You're on to that's what it looks like. Again, sometimes I don't always agree with what I recorded because I watched it once, recorded it, and didn't really watch it twice like I do with you guys kind of. So Rankins tackle for loss. Again, this is where I say, like people say, oh, 3 technique. You know, his helmet would be right here. But then what do you call this? I'm saying they're different alignments. So this is where you have to have loose or wide, in my opinion. So this is a loose or wide 3 to me. I usually say loose, actually. Loose 3. Right here from Rankins. Jet on jet crime. And again, really similar in terms of him coming off the ball, kind of reading the guard, reading the play. You do see him play the run to pass relatively well. And he wants to sack first. Like you don't want to just, it will depending on if you're like slanting or you're just responsible for one gap. But if you're two gapping, obviously you want to make yourself available to play 2 gaps. So you have to stack them, and comes off the ball again, reads the play. This hand lands kind of high, but regardless is able to kind of go heads up with the blocker, which not the best decision by Coleman right here to cut kind of right into him. But we'll talk about Coleman a different day because his vision is something he actually struggles with. His vision and his footwork and his vision are both not great, especially footwork is way too big of steps. But regardless, we're talking about Rankins. Does a good job finding the ball, dropping his weight, extending to disengage, find him, and then obviously just explosion in short area to get him on the tackle. But great job stacking, keeping his eyes up, and then finding it. Makes it look really easy. It's really not that easy, but it is easy for him. Like this just looks easy. Pretty ridiculous. Next. Rankins pressure. 3-tech right here. Again. Okay, yeah, he dumped it off to what is 20? Is 25 Ito Smith? Did they have Ito Smith in 2018? I think so. Again, well, the entire defensive line kind of slants to the right or kind of flows to the right. So the left guard doesn't do a great job of covering the gap with his feet and his lower body. He is opening the gate to allow him to pass by, which you don't love from the guard. But regardless, Rankins sees that open gap and throws like that swinging rip. So you see where he's not really just trying to just get right up into him. he swings it down, which sometimes people refer to as like a swinging rip, or sometimes it's like a ghost move where you're pretty much just giving them your shoulder. Like you're kind of just punching down towards your knee, and all that's doing is reducing that contact area. So when you see him swing down like that, that's exactly what he's doing, which is a great job of doing it, because now, again, those hands land on the back instead of on or the back and maybe like the side of the shoulder, instead of onto the front of the shoulder and the chest, which obviously would slow down your momentum. This isn't really doing much. So you're going to see that rip up to get rid of the hands. And then you're going to see him show athleticism, one, because of the jump, two, because he was pushed, and he's going to have to land from being pushed 300 plus pounds onto his instep and corner at the same time, which he does. Boom, right into it. And again, he is, 300 pounds, or I think he's like, what did I say before? 286 or something like that, but still good corner. Almost gets Ryan, but he steps up and dumps the ball off. So awesome athleticism right there. Boom, corner. It's nice. Every play isn't going to be a sack, obviously. I'm not showing, or tackles for loss. I'm not showing you guys 60 combination of tackles for loss and sacks. Bear front, he's right here, 3 tech. Loose 3. Okay. Athleticism. Steps with the offensive line. Penetrates the B gap. Again, there's zone stepping you want to match. Well, depending if it's like a push or a lag. If it's like a lag, he's going to step opposite, actually. But that's not what we're talking about, because that's more of something different. He's just penetrating the B gap. And again, with the bear front, you have more flexibility to be. You have more guys on the line, so you could play gaps harder. So he's going to take that B. Open his foot, allow the hips to cross over. Now again, what does he do? Kind of punches that arm through. Why? To reduce that contact area on the chest. Same thing we talked about kind of with the other play. Does the same thing. Finds the running back, which is Coleman. Again, just looking at Coleman too, because we're going to be talking about him. Too big of steps. He runs right into got to have better awareness there. But regardless, Rankins finds him, cuts it back, and is able to match him and finish with that tackle. So great athleticism. Hell of a play again. Chase down. Okay. Now we go to the Redskins. Right here. They mug it with the double A's or double ones. Again, steps with the offensive line, goes to stack. Drops the waist or drops the hips, instep, hand on. He sees the play action, but then he notices this. Like, this is just good. This is just good play recognition. Offensive lineman, let him go. What does that usually mean? Offensive lineman let you penetrate into the backfield. What's coming? A screen. Sees a screen coming, finds the running back, chases him down for the tackle. Was that they got to the chase him down for what, a 2-yard gain? Sorry, I don't know if I played that at first, but here. Just good awareness. If he didn't, it could have been for obviously a bigger gain. So great athleticism again, open field. Rankins sack. I think he had a few dominant plays against the Vikings, if I'm not mistaken. 3 technique right here. You literally cannot win faster than that. My God. Okay, so little crossover. 1, 2. One hard step up, and he knows what he's going to do. Like, he has a pass rush plan, whether he watched this guy or, a couple of the reps, he noticed he was a little like oversetting him and punching two hands. But one step up field, one. Now this step doesn't come up field two. It comes up a little bit, but it widens. Why does it widen? Because he's going to explode off of that back inside. So he knows that as soon as he steps up once, or he plans.